like, you know, until I get a feel for how whether or not it digs in. So actually I raised the whole thing up one notch to where it's like 3 or 4 inches cutting higher than what he had it set at. Okay. You guys ready for this?
Got the tractor running, he's got it all grooved out, and now he's living the vida loca, just like Eddie Albert, Green Acres. He's like a big kid, having fun with his tractor. High intentionally for these first passes just to make sure it all worked good. This tractor has been sitting Good morning. Today I'm going to present some really interesting stuff to you on the Orin Oracles. This is many clips that I have collected from my dear friend Jeffory Schofield, who I affectionately call Dr. Bellyman Buttons. It's all about the belly button, the pulsing in the belly button. It's in utero. This is some deep research. This brother's been researching this for 15 years, practicing it. It's pretty crazy stuff in most people's minds. You may have to take a couple minutes to wrap your head around the information that you're about to receive. I've been hanging out with the brother a lot. We play golf together. So we do a lot of talking. I ask a lot of questions. I've learned a lot from this man. And I hope you might pick up a couple clues yourself. I don't know. But here it is. Dr. Bellyman Buttons. Jeffory Schofield. All right, I'll check you on the backside. Tell me again, exactly what are we doing here?
Oh, I was going to demonstrate how I tapped into the in-utero breathing mechanism back in 1994 in a bathtub. It's like I took rebirthing to another level. Rebirthers generally use a nose plug and a snorkel when they go down under, and I'd done a lot of that and had a lot of great experience, so I decided to take the nose plug off and ask myself the question, what's the nose plug for? If we was in the womb swimming around, we was drawing water in and out of our nose as well as our mouth, and we were drinking our pee.
Enmeshed in pee.
So what's the resistance to the feeling of having pee or water, or swimming in a pool? You get chlorine up your nose. Everybody hates that. So I decided to challenge or look at what that pain memory has to offer me on my journey of healing myself. This was in 1994. The first time I did this was in a bathtub with water, with nothing but well water, and I curled up in the ball, took the nose plug off and drew water across my nasal membrane, one nostril at a time, and my belly button started to pulse. Anybody that knows anything about birthing, they know that there's a pulse that continues in the umbilical cord after a baby comes out of is birthed.
Right.
And in the womb, this pulsing goes on continuously. So to me, it said, wow, this is a deep memory. Behind the pain in my nose is this memory of what I experienced in the womb. So I basically let my body teach me. Ever since I did this in '94, I've been on a different frequency than everybody, been weird.
And let me assure you that I know you are weird. That's what I love about you so much, man. You're really one of my favorite teachers. I have to just acknowledge that. I mean, you fascinate me with your knowledge, and it's so abstract and far out that it takes a lot of listening there to really take this shit into consideration and what you're expressing, so that people are like, wait a minute, what in the fuck did that guy just say?
That's the word, fuck. And I want to do an expose on why that word is so powerful.
Yeah, and we're going to save that one for another time. So you've explained what we're about to do to a certain degree.
Let me just give them a shot of the...
Okay, it's already set up.
This is the womb, the womb environment. This is 2.5 gallons of aged pee from my 5-gallon bottle. And I've been in here and I just felt to ask
Mr. Casey to document this as possibly a help for those on the journey of understanding what their pee really means. So, to be intimate with you guys, I don't have teeth, and in order to use this, I have to take my teeth out because so I have false teeth. That means all my meridians are clear. I don't have any metal in my mouth.
Yeah.
Which I didn't have in the womb. So most people watching this are not capable of tapping into this energy because it's got a mouthful of metal. Heads up, don't do this at home unless you got it.
This is a trained professional, by the way. We're looking at a trained professional. Do not attempt to do this at home without further guidance.
No, I would love to, experience it with you, and this actually helps tap into the prenatal memories.
Yeah. Look at him in his aged urine, drinking a beer, getting ready to snorkel. He's got his,
Now this is a key.
bubbleator.
You want to use fresh urine to put it into your nostrils. You don't want to use aged urine initially, unless you've already been drinking aged urine through your nose, as I know some of the pee drinkers have been. But I'd start out with fresh. So basically, when I go down under, I'll have this like this. I'll have this hand here, so I got air. I'll just close off one nostril and squeeze and suck at the same time. Draw the pee across my nasal membrane. Do the other side, squeeze and suck across the nasal membrane. And I do this while I'm under the water, so you're not going to see it. And
We'll watch for bubbles.
anyway, so it's really simple. Basically, you just curl up in a ball, and the memories in the womb obviously were recorded in the fetal position. So for the since 1994, I've been perfecting the art of going down under.
And he's not talking about going to Sydney, Australia.
Maybe not, maybe so. If it's a flat earth, we're not going down nowhere.
Yeah, we're not going under anything. All right, here we go. He's got fresh urine.
Okay. Now you can stay under the water for as long as you want. Initially, your nasal passage will burn, but then as you breathe into the pain and stay still in the fetal position, you may or may not experience what I did in 1994. But my belly button started to pulse. I don't know if it's pulsing right now. I'll hold my breath and just see if it can actually be observed. I think it probably can. So I'll hold my breath, and you'll see that there's a pulse. So that's what I'm talking about. Like when I'm breathing and talking, you can see it's moving anyway because the air is going out of the diaphragm. But when I shut off my glottis and remove the air going out of the diaphragm, and essentially when we're in the womb, we can dial up any level of pressure we want to control the flow in and out of the umbilical cord. That's why we survive the experiences of the womb, is because it's not always happy camper times, as we'll talk about in another video. But anyway, I think this is a really good, length of time, and there's enough information here that it'll give you a lot to chew on. Namaste.
Beautifully stated, and thank you very much.
Oh, you're more than welcome. Thank you for shooting it.
Yeah, go back to the top because that melodic. There it is.
Sunrise, sunset.
Stop singing. Just play.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey there, I'm here with Jeff again, and Jeff has been introducing some really amazing things to me that I hadn't known until this very morning. And he has been infusing his urine with all sorts of ideas, and I'm going to let Jeff explain these processes, and this is fascinating stuff. So Jeff, tell them what you told me, please.
Okay. Good morning. Well, I was gone for about a week, and my okra plants did really well this year. So basically, I had all this aged urine. I didn't know what to do with the okra. They were so big, they're too big to eat. So one of my teachers along the way, his name was Dr. Paul. I worked on his health farm for 4.5 years. Told me that of any plant that you can put into your gut, okra is one of the most healing for the gut. And also another principle is don't put anything on your skin you wouldn't eat. So I had all this okra, I had this urine. I was like, well, what the hell? What have I got to lose by putting the two together? So anyway, this is just plain okra. This is tomatoes. So I'm just experimenting to see. And the thing that's amazing about the okra is, as you can see in this 5-gallon container, this had like half full of aged urine to begin with. And then I just had all this, 8-inch long okra, and I just put it in there, and you can see that the aged urine actually digested and dissolved the mucilaginous portions of the okra. And then later on, I was harvesting my a few cannabis plants, and I didn't have any reason why to think that. Anyway, so I combined it after the okra had been in there a while, and then put the cannabis on top. And so these 2 jars here, you can see all the seeds. This has cannabis. This is just plain okra. And I grew these beautiful sunflowers this year, and I'm thinking that maybe drawing the essence of the sunlight from these beautiful seeds, and then drinking that would be an enhancement for bringing light into the body also and healing. So anyway, this right here is a shooter of this, and it's like a fine wine.
And that's cannabis and okra.
This is cannabis and okra that's been aged for at least 30 days. The okra anyway has been in there for over 30 days. The cannabis is just within the last 2 weeks, but it actually smells like both cannabis and okra. And it takes, when you drink it, it takes the edge off of just plain, aged urine, which is, really strong. So cheers.
Cheers, my friend.
Do it at your own risk. Almighty I am.
You getting a buzz off that one, bro?
I
Go
guess,
ahead, take another shooter.
I guess you'd call it that. All right. Peace out.
There you have it.
Stay together. It's flat, bros. Okay, I just had a thought to share a self-healing modality that's been as ancient as the hills. It's called the Tibetan rites. There's a book called The Eye of Revelation. Google it, read it. But anyway, I just want to demonstrate the first of the 5 Tibetan rites. If any of you have heard of the whirling derbies.
The whirling dervishes.
Whirling dervishes. Here we go.
The Sufis.
And I'm ready to take off and go. I'll have a little peek with me, I guess. And you just start floating. This is how you live to be 200 and 300 years old, they say. Then you just,
We used to do this as children to get a rush.
Yeah. I'm trying to slow it down, but it's like if I stop, I just tip over. So I just,
Exactly.
my semicircular canals, they're like puking.
It is a rush. The whirling
So-
dervish.
There's 4 more rites after that. I used to do it when I was trucking. I looked forward to it every day because truckers get so out of shape. So I do my Tibetan rites as my exercise program. As a trucker, all you truckers out there, dial up these Tibetan rites. Get back in shape. Claim your bodies. I am your brother.
Thanks for sharing, my friend. Awesome.
Namaste.
Okay. There's Jeff. Jeff is a live wire, man. This guy is an amazing, amazing man. Crazy as all get out, but I am too. That's why we relate. I'm a total weirdo. I attract weirdos. And, man, Jeff's about as weird as it gets. And that's why I love him so dearly. He's an amazing, amazing human. doing his process. So, this concludes another Orin Oracles. I hope you enjoyed it. Peace and love. Love yourself. Love everyone. Love is a good thing. Fear not. And boom, you've just been loved. Bye now. He earned it. He
Can you
deserves
see me
it.
with the light in that camera?
I see you.
Sounds like a line from a movie I just watched.
I see you.
I
I see you.
I see you.
Yeah, I see you.
Yeah.
Are you in faith? Do you have trust that it'll work for you?
Faith has nothing. I don't want to have faith to interfere with that. That's placebo effect.
Okay, so you think it's a placebo effect?
No, I'm not. I'm saying that if you have faith, that's a placebo effect.
Why are you walking away?
I'm staying neutral because I don't like the wet heat feeling. I don't like the wet heat. I don't like water in my shoes, in my feet. Stay neutral.
I love you, Joe. Thanks for sharing.